And I should be live and recording. Hey everybody, it's Minter Delore, and thank you for joining me here on the Sunday Community Check-In. So I have some exciting announcements, and again, the schedule of things which you can look forward to for the upcoming week here on the channel, as well as what you can expect on YouTube. Let's go ahead and start with Twitch, shall we? Twitch you shall have, again, on the role-playing Mondays, we will still be continuing with Lord of the Rings Online. Still working on that tough cookie to crack. Tuesdays will still be Hearthstone. Been having fun there. I'm still climbing out of silver, but hey, well, you know, each step forward is a step step of progress. Anyways, let's see what else. Wednesday is still. I want to do the podcast. I want to get that started, but just trying to get all that together and doing it as best as I can. So it may happen, it may not, we'll see. And then Thursday, of course, Throwback Thursday, still trucking on through Armin RTS. With that being said, over on the YouTube channel, you will expect there will be 2 Dragon Age episodes this week. I broke down the Armin Twitch VOD into 3 videos for your enjoyment, and then of course the daily Hearthstone content, as well as, I don't know, that's the best thing about being this small, isn't it? Just, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing Territorial IO just because I'm actually somewhat okay at the game. I'm not anywhere near a master, but I win, I lose. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes I do stupid mistakes. Still learning, but hey, you know, at least maybe I can start uploading the videos. It's something I just play when I have free time. So while I haven't like videos upload or things rendering or things like that, I can play it and just enjoy it and have a good time. With that being said, though, with having that sort of relaxed mentality behind it, I've put in a lot of time and I'm starting to get good. I have noticed, of course, since I've been playing Hearthstone for a while, I'm thinking about like, well, what if I start doing like some of the story mode stuff, or what if I start doing more and more of it? Like a lot of stuff you won't see like the original, like, oh hey, here's the intro, here's the very first mission. I still might do it. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Also, Isat and I have been talking, and we may be doing something together soon. That won't be the Wednesday live stream because that's early in the morning for her, but there may be some more stuff on the group call channel. I also have a friend who is maybe thinking about getting into Hearthstone, and maybe I can do some like training stuff with him on the group call channel. We shall see. He has shown some interest, and I'm thinking, you know, been looking around. I'm still working. I know I said this last week. Still working on thumbnails. It's something that I need to find sort of like that template, right? That like, oh, this works, and then sort of like copy paste, boom, sort of get in that groove. Because again, I'm sometimes pumping out 3 to 4 videos a day, and I'm still working on thumbnails. So at a certain point, I'm going to try and have every video thumbnailed, but the problem is I have 2 monitors. I need to figure out like to just print screen one, because when I do a print screen, it print screens both, and then of course trying to resize an image that's literally half a monitor size to a full monitor size, or to that pixel ratio they want, it gets really blurry and it just doesn't look good. So it's like I need to find the way to just screen capture one, and I'm sure there's a button or a series of like something in settings I can find. I just haven't done it. With that being said, I also have an idea for a daily vlog series that I'm going to start on tonight and it will be posted the next day, and every day sort of walk through my sort of transformation, because again, I'm squishy, and not just in the face. Like I got a squishy chest. I got a big, I don't even drink beer, and I got the big beer belly, so it's like I need to work on that. So it'll be something that either I record some stuff throughout the day, edit all together into a vlog in maybe 10-15 minutes, something like that, of sort of, things I've eaten, things, the exercise I did, not the whole exercise, but just sort of, hey, this is what I did, repetitions, things like that. And we shall see. And it'll be a daily upload. It may be on the group call channel, maybe on mine, I don't know. Because again, it's something that Esat and I want to do together. So we'll see. I don't know. It's just more, I'm finding more and more, trying to find availability. Because the thing is, I want to do this with my friends. I've said this before. I want to do stuff like this with friends and people I know. But everyone's so busy. Or everyone just is either depressed and just doesn't want to do it. And it's just like, just trying to find the people. Just trying to find people I'd like to record with, because, the thing is, I can record with other people, but I don't have that rapport, You look at some of the big famous people who record together, they were friends beforehand. They know each other. They know how to play off each other. And I was hoping like that with Crashhammer, and that with Esat, and those doors aren't closed. They're just not fully open at the moment. And I really hope that changes, because I do like recording with people, but it just, I want to know the people. I want to know who they are. I want to know how to interact. Because that's sort of one of the things that I have. That's my issue, is I overthink my personality. I overthink who I am. And I don't really present well. I come off as awkward. And I sort of am. I am awkward. But there's that difference between quirky awkward and just don't want to deal with him awkward. And I always feel like I can be a little much sometimes, and that's sort of something in my own head that I gotta work on. But I don't know, I just feel pretty chill, if I'm being honest with you. This is a, if anyone's out there, anyone's listening, even if you're watching this back on YouTube, because I do see some of the VODs get watches on YouTube, feel free to put in the comment section, message me here. Again, y'all's stuff will show up right about on that side of the screen. I don't mind answering questions, I don't mind talking about any topic. And this is a community check-in. This is where I, as the streamer, come and say, hey, how are you all doing? What's going on? What can I do to talk to you all, and take some suggestions, take some feedback, see what you all are doing? Because that's the thing. This is a platform where you can talk with people around the globe. I mean, I've had people from Germany and Czech Republic. I've had people from US, I've had people from all over the place. And, it's been amazing. It's been amazing so far. The fact that I have 12 people who have followed me, I've got 15 subscribers on YouTube, and it's like, and considering I've only been doing this, like, putting real effort into it for like the last 2 weeks, that's mind-boggling to me. That I can just be here, and people have said, yeah, sure, I like this, I like what you're doing. So that's a big confidence boost for me, to think that I've started here, and I've made some forward progression. I mean, well, people ain't nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I know there are people who can stream for years and not even get 4. But I am thankful for any number of people who are interested in what I do. Because that's the point, isn't it? I want you all to enjoy it as much as I want to enjoy it. With that being said, I know I did skip Wednesday's stream. I was tired. It just that day I did a lot of yard work, did a lot of physical exertion for a guy who doesn't do that much, and it hurt. My back was in pain. I was exhausted, so I was like, oh, I just can't come on and pretend to do something for 2 hours. And I may increase the streaming time. I don't know, because I do feel like sometimes in Hearthstone, and I sort of noticed it in the Army when I was editing it. I had the energy and the will to keep going. So maybe I'll edit the times, maybe 3 hours. But again, I don't want to commit to something more, excuse me, than I can consistently give. Because again, I do want to do YouTube stuff. I've toyed with the idea of live streaming all my recordings, but at Dragon Age, I feel I like interacting with the game alone. But the Hearthstone stuff, I might start streaming all my recordings. So I'm out there. Because, sometimes, but the only thing with that being said, it won't be consistent. It's more like, oh, I have 2 hours. I can sit down and record an arena run. Or, oh, I have 2 hours. Let me sit down and record Battlegrounds. Or, oh, hey, I have a good chunk of time. Let me do some ranked play videos. Stuff like that. And those moments are not always going to be at consistent times. And I feel like I want to build that community of here's the times I'm live. Because sometimes I've got off here and started recording shortly after, where it's just one of those things. And sometimes recording something I feel to me is different than live streaming. I feel I should be entertaining, because I stream with my viewer count off, just so it sort of forces me to always be engaging, even if no one's here, because someone could walk in, and if I'm just sitting here waiting, smiling, like, and they just think, well, gosh, this guy's a dork, which a little bit, but I want to be able to sit down and talk with anyone who comes in. I want them to come into the conversation and be a part of it. With that being said, though, I had a pretty good day today. Washed both the cars and gave Sophie a bath. It had been about time. She was starting to smell like a dog. Well, more dogly than normal. And so I did that. Went to a home improvement store today, and it's middle of the afternoon, weekend here in the US, and crowded. It was crowded. It was the first time I think I'd ever been there where they didn't have a cart or a buggy or whatever you all call it from wherever you're from at the front of the store. They were just that busy where someone had not gone out to empty the cart returns, and it was packed. I mean, there was people everywhere. And they only had like 2 registers open in the garden center. It was like, oh god, just end it now. But there were no Karens, so to speak. There were no rowdy or ornery people. It was just, everyone was like, yeah, I just want to get out of here. It's that nice temperature here. Oh boy, my face, boy. Thank you. It's that nice temperature here. in the US, well, at least in Southeast, where it's not sweltering hot. It's a nice warm temperature. Uh, so no melting yet, no burning on my arms from being out in the sun just yet. It's getting there, but not too much. I did some yard work, well, beyond the fence line. So I may do a reveal video at some point just to help explain, but the house backs up to a wooded area, which is maybe a mile or so deep and a third of a mile wide type situation. And so, of course, every year we fight the woods back. We don't want it on the fence line. So, did some weed whacking, stuff like that. And so how our house sits, like the fence sits like this, well, it's a small decline going from right to left, going down. And anytime there's heavy rain, we sometimes, it just washes away. If it's a torrential downpour of just heavy rain, then it's always been that way. So we I cut down trees with an axe. I'm never gonna use a chainsaw. I'm an axe guy. I don't know why. I love my axes. So of course, since I don't have a chainsaw, I cut down the axe where the tree falls. And things like that. So of course, over the past few years, the logs just fall, and you can't see them from the house or the back porch because of the decline. There's also sort of divots and stuff where water has formed natural sort of gullies, and so sort of the logs fall into there. So to help divert the path, we dug a little trench, placed a log in that sort of fence line. It's running a little bit this way, so the water will hit the log, at least in theory. The water will hit the log coming down the hill, and water light's following the path of least resistance, so it'll hit the log and then sort of just shoot out into the woods, saving the fence line from the erosion of washing away, right? That's the idea. We haven't had any rain since we've done it, since we did it 2 days ago now. So we'll go out and see, but we're hoping. And of course, it's not the log isn't a forever fix because it will eventually rot out. Either termites will get into it, carpenter ants, or just, again, exposure to the elements. It's not like it's a treated set of lumber, it's just a natural log. So, but the hope is by the time it eventually rots out, the water will have formed a natural sort of channel for it to follow when it does rain. So that's the idea, hopefully. But, best laid plans of mice and men, right? Speaking of mice and men, don't know how the segue works, but it's going to. I was sitting here I was recording something. No, editing, that's right, editing something last night. And, sun was starting to go down. You can still see outside. Look outside, just something like just out of the corner of my eye, that flash, and I look, and it's Leo. And it's like, oh, he's coming in, that's fine, whatever. But it's like, I went to go just check out. I don't know why, but just, he wasn't moving sporadically, or he wasn't moving like he was hunting something. But, I'm actually going to take these off. I don't know why I have these on. That's the thing. I can see when someone chats. I can see when anyone follows, because I have you guys on the main monitor for this, since I can look directly at you instead of having to look over for chat and go back to the game. Oh my goodness, my back. Been sleeping well. I think it is because I've been doing yard work. I've been exerting energy every day. So I've been sleeping well. Like when I go to bed, it has been okay, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna get comfortable, and I'm out. Uh I'm not really like staying up watching stuff on YouTube or Netflix or anything. It is, I will climb in bed, I'll put something on, and then I'm out usually within a few minutes once I lay down anymore. Where before it used to be I'd toss and turn and I'd spend hours trying to go to sleep, and then I couldn't. But now I have been sleeping well. I think I'm getting in a good sleep cycle, knock on wood. I'm getting into a good sleep cycle. We'll see, man. We'll see how if that continues, because it's always the thing, isn't it? You want it to continue, always the good stuff. And I feel, and this is just me, I'm sure people can agree, sort of like when you take medication or when you like exercise, because that's where I'm guilty with exercise, is I start feeling better from the exercise, and then I go, oh, I don't need to exercise as much because I'm feeling good, and then I cut back on my regimen, or I cut back on eating healthy, because like, oh yeah, I feel fine, man, I feel amazing. It's like, no, it's something you need to maintain, and that's usually my shortfall, is I always go, well, maybe I could eat a little less vegetables and a little more potato chips, or maybe I can eat some more chocolate than normal, and then you could get to like I am now. I'm the heaviest I've been, and there's no one to blame but me. My inactivity, my poor eating, that's something I just have to own and change. But yeah. With that being said, what else is there to talk about? Oh, watched newest episode of Moon Knight, and of course the newest episode of Halo. And Halo was good this week. No butts. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. No butts this week. At least no naked butts. Let's see. I like the action in it. I'm not going to spoil what happens, what goes on, just that there is an actual decent sort of action sequence where it's like, oh my gosh, you guys remembered you're a show based off of video games where people and aliens get shot at. Amazing. Moon Knight, I mean, if you've seen the memes coming out of like Marvel, the Marvel subreddits and things like that, I mean, it was good. It just, that ending was like, what? Excuse me, what, sir? Explain to me what has just happened here. But anyways, I don't know, I just felt tired today. You know, sleepy boy, hashtag sleepy boy. I was actually gonna take a nap before the stream, and sort of regretful that I didn't do it, but I had some uploading stuff I needed to get done just so it was uploaded and scheduled. So I knew that the next few days were covered on YouTube. I'm going to be busy doing some real life stuff over the next few days. Hopefully it goes well. Streams will still happen. But I'm sort of wondering what the next Throwback Thursday game's gonna be. I'm thinking it's gonna be Empire at War, because I think I have 2 more live streams of Armament RTS. So it's probably gonna be Empire at War if I can get it running and where I can stream it. Because that's one of the reasons why I didn't choose Dragon Age for the Monday RPG, is like yesterday's recording session with Dragon Age, beautifully, no crashes, no issues starting. It just was like, yeah, I'm gonna run normally, but I don't want to get to a point where, oh yeah, I'm gonna live stream it and then it just won't run while I'm live streaming. I have looked into a DVD, sort of external DVD, like hook up with a USB to run a game drive thing. Is, you can tell how much I've looked into it because I know the name of it. I'm gonna put it in, and at some point we'll probably do the Battle for Middle Earth games for Throwback Thursday, just because they are an integral part of my childhood, and they are something, a game I enjoyed, and a game that, sadly, it's one of those things where I know for a fact we will never get something like it again. Am I saying, like, I don't even know, like, Warner Brothers owns the rights now to the game, the Lord of the Rings games, and they could do a Battle for Middle Earth type game, which I think the community wants. Because I know if they made it, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. Because again, you're looking at the RTS guy, you're looking at the Lord of the Rings fan. And oh, there we go. ASMR for you right there. Oh, goodness. I need to stretch more. That's the thing. Put that on the list of things Memento needs to do, is stretch more. I'm thinking about integrating in exercising into my recordings, and having a, like for Hearthstone, a workout set to do if I win a game, and a workout set to do if I lose a game. We'll see. Because sort of like what does that mean, like the really ripped buff guy, and it's like, how'd you get so buff? And like, I did 100 push-ups every time I lost a game of Hearthstone. It's like, oh god. No, it won't be that. I will be honest with you. I used to, my height, I could do like 30 push-ups. Now I could probably maybe do 3. Because, again, squishy. Look at that. I had some muscle under there, but very little. That needs to change. And definitely my stomach. I was looking, and sort of like one of those, like, live stream fails type thing, where, of course, my camera, y'all, I suppose, lights up when it's on and recording, when it's in use. So I had pulled up Streamlabs to get ready, and I change shirts for you all. You should feel so lucky I change shirts for you all. Because usually I'm in when I'm recording and you guys don't see my face, or if I'm doing something, I'm just sitting here relaxed. So, usually I have a collared shirt on for you all for streams. But like earlier I had just a t-shirt, a Yardwork ratty t-shirt on, just because I did the washing the cars and bathing Sophie. And I had it up, and of course I wasn't live. I checked to make sure I wasn't live or recording. But still, looking at myself, like, I'm not out of shape. I'm in a round shape, and it's just sad. And let me touch on a topic here, okay? Because you can call me whatever you want, and I don't really care too much. But my one thing is, body positivity is fine, okay? When you have a body to be positive about. If you aren't experiencing health risk or issues, if you're comfortable and you're fine on a health level, sure, whatever. I'm not comfortable. Again, as I go to move my back, I'm not comfortable. I'm in pain just because I am out of shape. So everyone might be like, oh my gosh, you're fine, you should embrace your body. It's like, no, this is not the body I want to have. I mean, I'm not going to be like Chris Hemsworth or something. I'm not going to be a superhero body, but I can be healthier than this. All this was a choice, and I made it. And I've lived with that choice, and I've lived with it on and off because I've done this before. Even in the relationship with Isa, we exercised, and I got down to like 202 pounds, 203, something like that. And that wasn't even that long ago. And I'm already back to 250, so I can get there. I mean, I still had, my BMI was, of course, better than it is now, but it wasn't like I was 202 of all muscle. But I can get there again. I can do it. I just have to tell myself I can. I have to be able to look at myself and accept that I have the strength and the willpower and the ability to be a healthier person, both physically and mentally. Because that's another thing I got to work on, guys and gals and pals and zals and Kal-Els. You know what I learned today? We'll get back to that subject. But I learned that Nicolas Cage actually named one of his sons Kal-El because I was doodling for, mom was asking questions about like Nicolas Cage or something, and it's like, I have no idea. And something about like his wife or his kids or something. And of course the Wikipedia page comes up and it's like spouses and parents and kids and everything, and it's like, he really named his son Kal-El? Talk about having some hope there, huh? But yeah. But I do need to work on my mental health. I still feel alone some days. And I really don't know how to like talk to people that I know about it. Because like I sort of talked about in the earlier part of the stream, I just feel like people are just so busy anymore. You know, like with Trashhammer, he's off playing so much D&D, and I just don't have it in me to do as much as he does. And I'm glad he enjoys it. I can't. I've noticed, I have hats, right? Very little hats. I have two. But I always know when I get obsessed with something because I have a hat about it. I have a Magic the Gathering hat and I have a D&D hat. And it's like, that's when I know I've reached the peak of like, I'm obsessed with this. When I have not a shirt, not anything else, it's the hat. When I have the hat, it shows, hey, yeah, I am obsessed. I think my chair, there we go, had sunk me a little bit because I think the weight limit of this chair is like 250. I am on that cusp of the weight limit of this chair. So I will start higher, and then the pump or the piston or whatever it is, whatever you call it, slowly releases pressure because it's like I can't hold up more than 250 pounds. So there's that. Maybe that'll be like my test. It's like, oh, finally I'm in shape because my chair doesn't drop. You know? I wonder if there's that epiphany moment. Because I've had it before, lightly, where it's like something like you put on that pair of pants that you couldn't wear before, or you drop a shirt size, or you know, that moment where it's like, yeah, I've changed. I guess one of mine will be, oh, my chair hasn't dropped or creaked or fill in the blank. So I'm happy for that. But and that will affect my mental health. Looking better. Perceiving myself as being a better version of myself. Because it's not that I feel I have value as this memento, the soft, squishy guy, but I could be better, right? That's what we want. We want to be better as people. And I want that. I want that betterness of, yeah, I did a thing. I did a thing and I'm gonna be happy. Happier. Because I'm relatively happy, if I'm being honest with you. When I really first came back to streaming, I I wasn't as happy as I am now. Partly because I was missing Esau, and we were talking again, and there's hope there. And that hope is a drug, and I've talked about it before, but that hope is, it's such an amazing drug that you can't, right? You can hope for the best, you can hope for a better future, but hoping is, I think I got it from mom who worked for with the military, and he was a colonel, said it, that hope isn't a performance plan. Like, yeah, you can hope things work out, you can pray and do and be, but God gives us the ability to do stuff, right? He makes us smart, he makes us be able to talk and walk and do and be, we're designed that way, even if you're not religious. I mean, we have those abilities. We speak, we talk, we do. If we evolved to be here, we have the ability to be better. And that's not even a sociological thing, it's just a psychological thing of just that one individual. Just make yourself better. And then it rolls into being, okay, I'm better, so now I make my family better. I make my friends better. I make the community I'm in better. And I feel like sometimes we get lost in the sea of everything, right? The sea of, oh, here's the world news, here's the local news, here's this news network that's pushing this agenda, here's, Twitter and Reddit and Facebook, and here's all this. It's like, you can affect that. Don't get me wrong, the actions that you do or don't do affect the great scheme of everything, but if you're not the best you, how can you expect the world to be the best it can be, right? It sounds like something you'd see on a bumper sticker for sale at like a Christian fundraiser, but it's true, right? Hey. Oh, excuse me. And I reserve the right to say this because I am a little bit tired. This one might only be an hour long, just because I am tired, and there's not much that's changed from week to week. Again, the schedule's the same. I'm pretty much the same. I will start when I start doing the weekly or the daily vlogs. I will have a sort of like a weight, sort of maybe out next to the Twitch affiliate hype of current weight, starting weight of the current weight, things like that, just so it's like, hey, here's where I am for the week, here's what I've lost, here's, give me something to talk about. And again, the Twitch affiliate hype status, when I get to 50 followers, and I've said this on stream, some people ask, or even if they don't ask, I just get excited, I get a new follower. When I hit 50, I will do the 4 12-hour streams for the day, and that includes this and the just chatting. If I'm here, I will try to find 12 hours of nonsense to talk about, and we'll have a good time. It'll be an interesting video to try to upload, let me tell you what, because those might be separated into parts. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm excited. I'm excited for all this. This has been really fun doing this. I was nervous. I still am. I still am. Is that what I said? Anyways, I still am. excited to do this, or I wouldn't be here again. Because I've seen people like, it's amazing, and I invite you to do this, right? And don't do it where it's like so and so play. Well, you can. So and so plays, or just like a random person who has more than just the basic letter on their YouTube, like in the comments of YouTube videos, right? Where it's like there's more than just the basic symbol. Like they put some effort into it. Go and you'll see like people who had channels who uploaded videos like maybe 3 or 4, like 6 years ago. And if I become that, then that's fine. You know, as long as this is fun and this is exciting, and I look forward to doing this, which I have been. I've been very excited, looking forward into doing this stuff because why not, right? You don't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket. You don't get the job unless you apply. You don't get the girl unless you ask her. Oh my! Oh no! Oh no! You made a mistake. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Don't have Sophie's face. I can show you. Because you don't have your collar on. Yes. Yes, it's the Sophie. You the sweet baby? You gonna say hi to everyone? Gonna boop your nose? One more little snuggle before you go. I know you're not happy with me because I gave you a bath. Okay, you can go. Now, you may have heard the reason I showed her is because she doesn't have her collar on. And the reason behind that is she has her name, Sophie, and then our home phone, the landline here at the house, in case she gets out or whatever, instead of having to, she is microchipped anyways, but just to eliminate the whole need for someone to take her to the vet or the pound or wherever to see if she has a chip. It's like, oh, there's a phone number on her collar. And not that I don't like you all, I just don't want you all calling the house constantly if you find out the number. So it's one of those things where it's like, hey, don't have the collar on, I can actually show you. Excited. What else? I think that's about it. And so with that being it, I might just call it here again. I'm just putting this as the 2-hour slot normally, just so I can come on, talk to you all. But starting next week, I will be doing more active with this. I will be doing more when it comes to live streaming. I will be doing more when it comes to being present in Discords and social media. So look out for that. But anyways, I am gonna head out. I am tired, and like I said, I'm not gonna sit here for another hour and 15 minutes to just drain myself even further, because I'd like to do some stuff later tonight when it comes to recording, as well as talking with Esat and doing some other stuff. So I've been Memento Dolor. Thank you for joining this Sunday community check-in, and again, I look forward to seeing you guys here, the guys and gals here on Twitch throughout the rest of the week, as well as seeing you all here on YouTube. Again, got a comment from someone today, respond to. It's like amazing. It feels amazing to hear from you all, and I truly mean that. So I shall see you all next time. Bye.